What's up, guys? W1RCP here, and I've got my Explorer bag full of all kinds of goodies. And so we're about to open this up and do a quick activation, and I sure hope it's quick because we've got some friends coming over for some steak tonight, as always. And so we're going to see what we can do here. I'm trying out the new MFJ-1898 vertical. I have verticals like this that are adjustable, but I'm going to try that one out. There's my computer charger. But I'm also breaking out a brand new rig to me, the X6100. Look, it still has the plastic on it. And so we're going to kick the feet out on that. And we're also going to use, because Radioddity right now, when I post this, is running a pretty good deal where you also get an external speaker and all kinds of good stuff. I don't know if they're going to throw in the Huntsville special, but I also get a free, like, some kind of Pelican-like case. It's not going to be Pelican, but it'll be Pelican-like. I also have a power supply cable in here somewhere. I'm not always the neatest at putting things away, but I believe that's it. Now, it should be charged, but in case it isn't, I do have a spare battery right in here. And of course, it's the old cheapy meaty batteries, but on Amazon, they've never given me any trouble. I think I need one more thing, though. If I don't have a key, I'm not going to be doing CW. So, I'm not used to this bag yet. I know there's a key somewhere, but I've got to find it. Let's hope that it's in the junk bin up here. So there's my battery charger. I hope this is making you all real nervous, because it's making me nervous, but I did not bring a key. This might wind up being a desperate QRP voice activation. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Did I leave my key hooked to another toy? I think I did. Let's see what's hiding in here. This is my antenna bag. There's not supposed to be a key in there. Oh boy. Okay, well, we're in for a treat today. Let's check back inside of here. Okay, we're going to have to go rob a key from somewhere. Do I have a key in the Jeep is the next question. I don't think I do. Ah! Oh my gosh. Look at there. And now I've completely destroyed the order that this bag was in. So that's antenna. That goes with that. All right, so here's how I'm doing this. Now that I've destroyed my clean working space, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this to a base. And my base is from the new super antenna. Since I already had it, we're going to put that together. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this, but we're going to try. Let's see. That looks decent enough. We'll just lean it against that soda can right there. And we're going to put this tripod together. So this goes together usually pretty easily once you get the thread started in it. I made that look easy. Sometimes I really struggle with this. I hope that today we don't. Oh my gosh, that was a first. That one went together pretty good. This one goes to, oh wow. I must be living right. All right, so that's the tripod that I'm using. This is a pretty hefty little antenna. Unlike the antennas that you get with the KX2, the Elecraft KX2, you can usually mount those just using one of those cheap little tripods that you would get your video cameras or picture cameras, like your GoPros to sit on. I don't even have my GoPro today. But this is the MFJ-1898. It's a telescopic antenna. And what you do is, it's got the 3/8 by 24 inch, or 3/8 inch by 24 threads, and it just zips right on down on there like that. Of course, today I'm going to be running some longer coax because I don't think that I can fit this on the picnic table. So Now what we're going to hope for is the fact that I'm really on it today, guys. I am really on it. Guess what? I don't have my adapter to adapt to this antenna. That's going to be a problem. So, this was going to be a review of that antenna. But again, I did leave something at home. Now, it's pretty daggum hot outside today. I think last I saw it was about 96 degrees at 4 o'clock. But it looks like I'm going to have to run the MFJ because, oh, you know what? You know what? I've been playing around with this kid at home. So some of the parts are probably still on the couch. And it looks like there's some weather headed this way. But I do have my 800. In there. Chihuahua. It's hot enough to make the devil sigh. Some of my country roots coming out there. All right, so piece of coax. Uh-oh, I dropped that. It's my, was it K6ARK? That goes in there with the wire to that. All right, we're going to set this phone up in this direction. And I'm going to show you, oh, and this also, the radials are from the new super antenna. And so I'm just reusing stuff that I already had so I didn't have to cut new radials. Now, one of the complaints I have is, using these radials, I cannot get this antenna to tune on 60 meters yet. But I've got some plans. So what I'm going to do is, this is an MFJ. So I'm going to put this wonderful little ballon that I made. It's really just an ugly ballon or a choke. That's to keep the RF down. So I'm going to take the other end of this antenna. Other end of this coax. And we're going to venture out into the wild. So I've got my adapter. We're going to screw that onto the PL259 or SO239, and then we're going to take this coax and we're going to unravel it as best we can to get it out from underneath the canopy. And I tell you what, let's have some fun. I think you're still on camera. Let's hook it up and put it on the Jeep. Let's make sure we got enough slack. We're going to put the antenna on the Jeep today and see how that works. And then we're going to take these radials, or counterpoise, whatever you want to call them, and we're going to put the bongo tie in our pocket so we don't leave it laying around. I should just be able to chunk this, yeet, and be able to get that out of the way. So those are the radials. We're going to drop those onto the tab that the new super antenna already had. And now we're going to stretch out some radials. So if you do this right, there shouldn't be too big of a mess. I might not run 40 meters today because I just don't have time. Like K4SWL, Tom says, I got 30 minutes to make this activation, then I got to be somewhere else. And then he talks for 25 minutes and then makes a 5-minute activation. That's not entirely a factual statement, but I tell you, some days it sure feels like it. This is I think this is the 10-meter radial, so I'm going to kind of throw it over in this direction, cross it over the Jeep. Maybe the Jeep will be part of the ground plane. I'm not sure. All right, so nope, that was the 20-meter one. This is the 10-meter one. I'm not going to use 10 meters, so I'll just throw that on top of the Jeep. Let it fall where it may. And then, Lord, I don't even know what's what. This one's a little bit longer. Okay, so this one's made for 40, 20, 15, and 10. So I probably just threw the 15 across the Jeep. Not really worried about it. Okay, last thing is I have in my notes, and of course, they're back over here behind the camera, but 20 meters is supposed to be at 14. I don't know what the measurements are on this thing but if you unscrew the bottom, you can lightly push it up until it's 14. And I'm going to say this thing's in millimeters, centimeters. So 2.5 looks to be about an inch. And then, of course, I know I screwed this whip on there earlier, but I'm going to take it off because I'm just not tall enough to reach up there. And, of course, here I have spent 13 minutes, or pretty close to it at this point, depending on what the intro is going to look like. I know I've been recording audio for 13 minutes. So we're going to screw that back on there. Now it's real wobbly because it's really tall. All right, so 14 centimeters is supposed to tune 20 meters pretty good for the CW portion. So we're going to come back over here. Yeah, excuse me, I've been a little under the weather here lately. And so now what we're going to do is we are going to make the phone fall so you can see the roof. And I'm just going to point this at me for a minute and hope that I've got me. But we're going to turn the radio on. So you hold down the on button, it turns on. Here's our coax. That needs to be connected to the radio. So we're going to bring you back around and show you that. We're going to put that on the rig just like this. And then it should just doop. Now you can see I've been doing some FT8 at the house, just testing this thing out. We gotta wait for the power on. So we're gonna switch bands. There's a button up here. You can switch bands really easily. You use this. We're just gonna go find us a see what filter. I've got a wide filter. Filter 3 needs to be even smaller. Let's see how we can adjust this. We don't want to shift it. See, I haven't even learned how to use this radio yet. Do you click and then you can switch to the other color? All right, I just made that up on the spot. I like to have about, we'll go 720. But that's gonna give us somebody else, so we're gonna shift it. So I'm definitely right on the edge of someone else here at 5.3. So there's another button up here at the top. It's the FST. You can click that one and control your tuning interval. So he's at 15.4. Or 14.544. That sounds pretty clear. So let's go ahead and hook up the external speaker into the speaker. And of course, doing this with two hands is kind of difficult. So you're going to get to see this view for just a minute. Lord knows. Oh yeah, that makes a huge difference in sound. The volume's pretty much at max, so I'm afraid what's going to happen if somebody came back to that. And then we're going to plug in our key. Now, you can go to key on the radio. And I have it on auto write 18 words per minute. Now we can go to message. And message is where we can do CQ POTA. I think that one's an even longer CQ POTA. I have a thanks in there. Thank you, Tom, for that one, K4SWL. And then I have a QRT one, which I can push when I'm just like ready to get the heck out of Dodge. Now, I don't know if I have this filter set up right. That's probably not how you should do it, but again, I haven't read the manual very much. Alrighty, so let's see. We're in digital mode, so that would also be a problem. We need to be in CW. Oh, lordy, look at there. Let's go back and look at the filters. So now we have the 500 filter for filter 1, filter 2, filter 3. That's what it should really look like. Okay, so sorry for that dumbness that I had going on there. So we go back to message, and now I'm going to set up my camera over there where my vehicle keys are and shoot it back in this direction, and then we'll finish the rest of this activation. Problem is, there's a problem. I'm holding the phone. I'm going to be logging on paper today. I'm going to put you back down and let's see if the frequency is clear. I'll tell you, that seems a little high. $750 hertz. I guess that's what I've been running. We're running right at 5 watts. But you know what we haven't done yet? We haven't tuned. In fact, here's what's cool. Lord, I'm gonna be daggum late. Inside of app, we have the SWR scan. And let's speed it up to 3x speed. So I can already tell we don't want that big of a span. I guess a span of 1,000 is about as low as it goes. But look at there. I have a 6 SWR. So that's pretty awful, actually. And now it's getting even worse. So apparently my antenna sitting on top of the Jeep is a little bit different than how I originally had it. So we're going to go over here and we're going to drop it down and see what happens. This is a pretty nifty tool. Okay, so you can see that made it worse, so I probably need to go up. Wait a minute. I'm dumb. That's for 40 meters. That's why it's not. I looked at the wrong number because I can't read my own handwriting. Okay. Let's watch it now. Oh, yeah. A little bit of a jump there. But look where I'm operating. I may not even need a tuner. Okay. Let's try that again. Let's quit that. Now, it may be real busy here. That's the problem with running back and forth. Let's see. I can't tell if that's ringing or if that's somebody actually coming back. I think that is just ringing. But man, did you see that? Like, I don't even think I needed the tuner. It's so perfect. Okay. Been a long video for me just to get to this point. Okay, I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to spot at 14.056 and then I'll be back. There we go. We're ready to go. We're starting about 27 after. We're getting right at 5 watts out. That is some ringing in the filter. Not quite happy about that. Nine. New York. Whoops. I thought they meant Ontario. Dang. Everybody's 599 today. Maryland. Texas. Well, that's easy. He's 559. Dang, 579. New York. It's a true 5.9 too. Maryland. More like a 5.79. Pennsylvania. KD9 van. I've called that one dead on. One away from Illinois. One away from full activation. Toby! That was clear! I hope she got her name. She's been learning CW. That's New Jersey. I think I got this right. Michigan. Let's go one more time. That took 13 minutes, and I'm up to 11. So the power was too high, apparently. I didn't even... This was almost ice cold when I left work. I left at 3:40. Even with transit. Sweating this paper up. We're going to do one last call. And I know I said I was going to do one last call, but I'm going to do one last call. And then I'm going to go home and edit this video together and try to post it tonight because, well, while everybody else gets their Huntsville stuff out, never mind. We'll let them try again. While everybody else that went to Huntsville got their stuff out like as fast as the Concorde jet flew, here I am getting my stuff out about as fast as a three-legged horse. What? Okay. Oh, he was 5'9". Iowa. Okay. Call one more time. And if somebody comes back, we'll get them. But I gotta go, because I got friends coming over. This works. Okay, this is where I'm going to use this button. That's QRT. QRT. Day. I put the /QRT so the RBN doesn't pick it up. Okay, so we did that all on internal battery. I should unspot myself, but I'm going to video me at least putting this away. Now, this radio did get warm. Like, if I'm putting my fingers on it, the outside of this case is probably close to 130. Down there, it's about 150 degrees Fahrenheit right there, because it starts to burn pretty good in about 3-4 seconds. So we're going to place that hot baby to cool off inside of this little cooler right there. And let's see, trying to put things back where I can find them better, because the beginning of this video was slightly embarrassing. So I'm going to put that key. This is the American Moore's Equipment, I think, AME. That's their little single paddle portable CW cootie side swiper paddle thingy. Lord knows, right off the top of my head, I don't remember what exactly it's called. I found it. It had been lost for a while. Somehow it wound up underneath the passenger seat of my wife's truck and was all up in there. But I was cleaning the bottom of it and I saw a stereo plug sticking out, and that's not out of the ordinary to see stereo plugs because the kids have headphones that get kicked under there. But I went to tugging on it and digging and blindly unwinding it from whatever it was wound up around, and come to find out, there's my key. Now, I know when I lost it, because it being in her truck, the last time that I did a lot of POTA from her truck was when I went to my sister's in South Carolina during spring break. This was wrapped around something. I think it was that, because I still have one in my pocket. So I'm going to bring the antenna over this way. We got 13 contacts in a matter of 27 minutes. Like 28 to 45. So 28, 30. No, 17 minutes. Wow. That's craptastic. That's probably the best activation I've ever had. Now, I don't know if I can blame that on Sputnik right here. Be careful with that whip now. You don't want to get whipped. But this antenna, I mean, bands have been bad lately. Terrible. Like, to the point that I don't even like getting on the radio at home to hunt. But I mean, I worked some people that I didn't know. Like, some of these calls that I worked today, KD9 van, I've worked KD9 van before. WA3GM, maybe once or twice. KB3AAY, I've seen you out there. I know AE5II, I've worked you a time or two. Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Delta, that's Toby. She's a Discord friend of mine on the Ham Radio Adventure Guys Discord. And I just throw that out there. He does not sponsor me to say that. I just like hanging out with him and all of his other Patreons. There is a white van staring me down. Let's find out what's going on with that in a minute. Or let's just get the heck out of Dodge. How about that? This is not a dangerous place, but it is very, very odd that white van... Okay, they kept going. Good. And go sell their ice cream somewhere else. All right. It is hot out here, guys. I'm telling you. It was 96 when I left work. I am going to leave that on there. I know that it's in my couch at the house. I absolutely know that that other adapter is at the house. And I could make me a special cable for this particular rig to go BNC to PL259. I always have to say it in my head. PL is plug, 259 I think is the size, and SO239 is a socket. So it's I guess a little smaller. I think that, if I recall correctly, that's how that works. Now, this Explorer bag has these little straps on the side, and they're sewn in just like the most perfect places that you can fit all of these little aluminum rods right in there, just like that. It works like a charm. The battery will not fit on that side. I think that's all I keep on that side, so we'll zip that up. I didn't even need this today. It's good because it's not very charged. But, and listen, if you don't have a red tri-band Baofeng, are you even radioing? Just saying. Gotta have that red. We'll pull that tight. Now, hope I haven't made y'all nervous with this quickness, but and fast talking. We're going to try the over-under on this coax. So we got a over, we got a under. We got a over, we got a under. It's hot enough that it should just do this really easily. I mean, it wasn't even in the sun, and this stuff is really warm. And at 5 watts, I know that was not me and the power running. Okay, you can see that doesn't want to cooperate. Maybe this is where this other bongo tie was, maybe not. But we're going to use that. I know where it came from, but it wasn't this piece of coax. But I'm trying to adopt these now to keep the wires neat. And then I'm going to put my ugly balun on the big old piece of ferrite straight down in there like that. Then we're going to plug that up. I really do have friends coming over in a little bit. I know my friend Eddie is picking up a Flex radio that he bought used from one of our Silent Key friends, Whiskey Delta 4, WD4, at Lima, Yankee Victor. I known him so long as WD4LYV, but he had a Flex radio. He had a lot of stuff, but he recently passed away. I say recently, it was a year ago, but we enjoyed his company. There wasn't a moment on the repeater, the Tifton, Georgia repeater, that you couldn't get WD4LYV. Unless he was just straight up in the middle of something else, like sleeping, you could get WD4LYV. All right, so the next thing, I'm getting a little closer. I know that the audio that I've recorded is at 50 minutes, so this video is definitely going to be a K4 SWL special. I said I had 30 minutes, and here I am at an hour. But these, if you just do like this, back and forth, you can see that I'm probably like pouring sweat. I'm going to be cranking the AC in that Jeep on the way home. And then I'm going to have to stand out in the heat and actually cook on the grill. Oh, dude, that's where the bongo tie went. Okay, well, too late now. That's where the bongo tie was. It was on these. Okay, so assuming this coax doesn't need a bongo tie because I have it strapped in, I'm going to steal that back. Eventually, I'll learn this bag. Listen, I won this bag from Ham Radio Adventure Guy on a live stream because WD4DAN had won it twice already. Dan had already won it twice, and he kept putting it back in the pool. And I won it. So at Huntsville, I got to pick it up. So that's where that went. And that goes... that goes in this bag right here with all this other stuff. That's part of the antenna kit. We have my log. And, of course, if you go look at Ham Radio Adventure Guy's YouTube channel, you can see a review of some of the newer accessories for this bag coming out. We've got one for a laptop. They have one for the 7300. They have another one that is for something. But listen, I could have logged on an iPad, but I didn't even check to see. Okay, well, I logged on paper for all you naturalists or traditionalists out there for being in the wild. I logged on paper, dadgummit. But I will transfer that log and hammers later. And then I have this awesome pencil that my friend, he's pretty much my brother, Eddie, gave me. And I keep it in the Jeep. But for now, I'm just going to put it right there in that knee board. And I got a can that needs to go in the garbage. And guys, that is a complete activation, start and finish. Ooh, there's some crazies in that trash can. It's like Bugtopia up in there. All right, so you can hunt with this. Hike with this. We're taking our Mountain Dew, and we're going to go get our phone. And now we're going to go home and throw this video together. I'm just going to drop that audio on top of it on my laptop, and we'll call it a day. How about that? So this is Kilo 21905 POTA entity, which is also known as Reed Bingham State Park. I have no idea what you see right here. And I am W1RCP, also known as Whiskey 1 Radio Charlie Papa, also known as Whiskey 1 Robbie Camp POTA. It's obvious I can POTA. I love this junk. And now for that air conditioning, y'all. For that air conditioning. I have no idea what video I'm here. But I probably stopped the video because my fingers are all over it. 30 minutes at that point. All right, so we throw that in there. We put the seat back in a comfortabler place. And we have left no trace. This is W1RCP 73.